This is the plaintiff, Danielle Allen. She says she and the defendant's mother worked together and were quite close before all this happened. Because of their good friendship, she put the defendant on her phone plan. The boy stopped paying the bills and, well, here they are. Now she's faced with a whopper of a bill for $919.15. And that is exactly what she's suing for today. This is the defendant, Daquan Thomas. He says he and the plaintiff never had any agreement on a phone plan. The woman simply bought him the new phone because she was a friend with his mother. Besides, the sneaky woman has changed the passcode on the phone and he can't even use it. So owe her money? No way. He's accused of letting his mother's friend down.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Danielle Allen?
Yes.
You are suing Daquan Thomas for $919.15 that you say he owes you in telephone bills and has not paid you. What's going on?
Okay. In 2009, I opened up a T-Mobile cell phone account for Daquan. Pretty much.
Why?
As a favor to his mother, because we worked
Why?
together. I was being nice. So.
Why?
That does make sense. He needed the phone. I worked with his mother. I felt comfortable with them.
Who is his mother?
Tanya Thomas.
Okay. And so how did you even know that he needed a phone? I mean, I'm nice too, but I don't go around putting people's phones under my account. So there's got to be something a little more than just you're just that nice.
Pretty much.
Were you trying to get with him?
No, not even the least bit. Not even in the least bit.
Well, then why? That's because that I would understand. You know, that part I would understand. But now I'm back to not understanding.
Okay, so just to back you in, me and his mother is very good friends. We worked on a job together 5 years. I know we were both trying to help him get himself together. He needed to look for a job. He needed a phone. I knew he was going to pay the bill because nobody.
Did he? So
yeah.
apparently you didn't know he was going to pay the bill, right? He paid it for a while and then he stopped.
You're right.
Right? And then what happened?
When he stopped paying the phone bill, I started getting frustrated, asking him what's going on. So what I wind up doing is, in June of 2011, I just bit the bullet. I pretty much paid the remaining balance of the cell phone.
Which was how much?
It was $110 for the remaining balance of the cell phone, as well as $50 for the termination fee. So total, $160. I paid the cell phone company, and I was done with it.
Right.
No more being Mrs. Nice Guy, obviously.
Okay.
Not even, so then I thought it was over with. In December, the first week of December, I got a recording from T-Mobile saying, you have an overdue bill. I'm like, what? I don't even have a T-Mobile account. So I went down to the store, found out, I'm like, what is this all about? They're like, no, you do have a bill. Daquan Thomas called, reactivated the phone, upgraded the phone, had the bills transferred to his address.
Upgraded it to what?
A better phone.
An Android?
Yes.
According to the... Okay, go on.
He upgraded the phone, and he got the bills transferred to his house.
That's not a better phone. That's a Mac Daddy phone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Got the bills transferred to his home, so I had no idea. So then I called, and I'm like, of course, I'm livid. I'm like, why would you do that? Why did you turn back on the phone? Oh, I need the phone, and I had to have it on. I said, well, I paid $160 to terminate it. Would you think that was a gift from God? Like, why didn't you pay me back my money if you put back on the phone? Why would you do that? And his attitude, because obviously I was livid, it was just like, oh, well, I don't like the way you're talking to me. I need the phone, and yeah, I'll get around to paying it when I could pay it. And at this point in time, I'm like, no, I already bit the bullet. I paid $160 to terminate this contract and be done with you. You reactivated, authorized, upgraded, and had a party on me. Come on now, enough. So that's why I'm here.
What happened?
Actually, that did not happen. It wasn't like that. What happened was the phone was off, and I understood that. And when I finally got a job, I cut the phone back on. If I was not...
How do you get the phone back on? She's mad at you for not paying the last time. You don't have her permission still. Did you call her and say, hey, do you mind if I reactivate the phone?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But one, she did not call me and say anything to me about her didn't want me to cut the phone back on at all.
But what did you suppose made the phone stop?
Because it was my phone. She didn't buy the phone. I bought the phone. It was just using her name.
What do you suppose was the reason that you no longer had a phone for all those months?
Because I couldn't pay a couple of bills.
Right. So you knew that pretty much you had already breached the deal. So why would you take it upon yourself to open up the deal again?
It was never a deal. It was never a deal at any agreement.
Wait a minute. You're not. Wait. She got a phone in her name, and you're supposed to pay the bills.
And I was paying the bills.
Okay, that's the deal, though. What is it you don't think is a deal?
I understand that, but I was paying the bills. Now, if I wasn't able to pay on time, I still was managing to put money up to put towards the bill. And then slowly but surely, I found out that I can't even do nothing of the sort to none of the phone at all for paying any back bills or anything or whatever I owe.
You mean now that she discovered that you racked up $900 and hadn't paid?
I don't even know where the $900 come from.
Well, let's go over it. Hand me the bills. $349 of it is that you bought yourself an Android.
I paid $50 for that phone.
You only get a $50 phone if you have a 2-year You signed up for a 2-year deal?
Yes.
I don't remember signing up for no 2-year deal.
Well, what deal do you get? What if you pay $50?
No,
you get listen. You only get a $400 phone for $50 if AT&T or T-Mobile gets something from you. The something they want from you is a long-term contract. And if you stop paying your bills, so she's not going to continue to support you for 2 years because she ain't getting any from you. You are not her boyfriend. There is no reason. She's got nothing to do with you. So you have to know that someone's going to get stuck with a 2-year contract for you to keep a $50 phone. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that you're going to get charged the other $350 for canceling the contract, which is what she was forced to do when you stopped paying a second time. How far behind were you the second time?
Look, situation, I got laid off from the job. I was keeping up with the bill. Now, if I have not got laid off from my job and I was still working, the bill would have been paid for, and I was paying the bill every time.
Are you mad at me because you got laid off?
I'm not. No, I'm not mad at nobody.
Are you mad at me because you got into a phone situation? You got an upgraded phone that you can't afford? You're not mad at me for that, are you?
I didn't even know that it was going to do all that when it comes to that 2-year contract. I did not know all that. I just asked for my phone to get cut back on, and I asked if I was eligible.
You had to sign the contract. That's the way they get you on a 2-year contract or a 1-year, or whatever it is. Whatever the term is, you had to sign it. Okay. So how could you not know?
Okay.
Step on up, Mom. What's going on?
Okay, who has a best friend who has a child here? Okay, so that child, say he's 16, comes up and says, you know what, would you put me on your phone plan? I really need the help. Would you do it?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because it's not my child, and if she can't afford it or he can't get a part-time job to afford it, then he shouldn't have a phone.
So what if it's like the best friend in the world? She's kind of having financial straits. Do me a favor.
I still wouldn't do it. That's going to bite you in the end later.
In the end, nice choice of words. Going inside the courtroom.
She's saying that it was agreement with us, that she was helping us. She wasn't helping us. He came up to the job and said, Mom, can you help me get a phone? I said, no, because I knew he didn't have a job. She heard the conversation and she jumped in. She said, no, TT, he need a phone. My boo need a phone. You got to give him a phone. I said, I'm not giving him a phone.
Why? When did he become her boo?
We worked together, like she said. That much is true. We worked together. We were all close. This is my son. So we know each other. We've been together. We hung out with each other. She said, no, TT, he need a phone. I said, I'm not getting a phone for him in my name because I know my son. He didn't have a job. Why would I do that? She did it.
Did you tell her not to do it?
I said, Danielle, do not get, you already know Daquan does not have a job. Why would you do that? She said, no, but he need a phone. He need a phone. I said, you know what? That's between y'all. I stepped out of it.
Yeah, look at you now.
Yeah, exactly. So she never should have got
Why didn't you get in the way then and make sure it didn't happen?
Why did I what?
Yeah, why didn't you get in the way and make sure it didn't happen?
I said it. I said, Danielle,
instead of saying, well, that's between you, to say, no, I'm not letting you do that. No, I'm not letting you mess up my friend.
They are two adults. They are two adults.
Was there anything between them?
No.
They're two adults.
I know, but like...
No, there's not. Nothing between them. They were just
so then she did it out of love for you.
Yeah, but who... Okay. But
she's so stupid to love you like that.
I didn't say, Daniel, get the phone. I told her, I said, Daniel, do not do this because you know Daquan don't have a job. She was like, no, TT,
did she tell you not to do this? Or did you say, no, TT? Did that happen?
No, she said, now you know Daquan. She did say the part when Daquan
Okay, so why do you do it? Why?
On top of, after she said Daquan doesn't have a job, she also said
what part about that made you feel good that you were going to get paid?
Because he gets child support every 2 weeks, and this is the reason.
He gets child support? You want me to use his child support to pay his cell phone bill?
That's what he was doing.
You're crazier than he is.
You're not understanding. He gets child
I understand. You don't understand.
Okay.
I understand. You know why? Because you can search my credit cards all you want and all my bills, And you will not find my coworker's son on a single one of them.
Absolutely.
So I understand. I just need to know that you understand. Because unfortunately, I can't watch you for the rest of your life and make sure you don't do more stupid things like this. I would like to think that you grew as a person and understood that maybe you don't jeopardize your credit for your coworker's son, because now the son doesn't care. The son left you with the original bill. Then he turned around and had the hubris to open up the account again, and not with that phone he used to have. No, he needs himself a $400 Android. So I understand. Seems to me you didn't understand. However, you need to understand. We have a little saying in Spanish, toma chocolate, paga lo que debe. Order up the hot chocolate, pay what you owe, my friend. $919.15, verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
It's okay. They come on. Still on TV. They come.
Oh, what do you think? What do you think?
It don't matter. It's over. It's over.
Mom, anything? All right, so the defendants went by very upset. What's your feeling now?
They shouldn't be upset. I'm the one that got stiffed for a phone bill because I was being a nice guy. Obviously, the judge understood. Sometimes a nice guy finishes last, so I'll take better precaution.
The judge said, why? Why did you do that?
Because that's my friend. And that's my friend.
Just for a friend?
Not anymore.
The next friend asks you to do it, what do you do?
No way.
So you've learned a lesson.
Definitely learned a lesson. Simple.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, so when it comes to an issue like this, where you're putting somebody else on your phone plan, there's a very complicated legal analysis that I want to try to boil down and explain. In the law, you learn this in first-year law school. What you learn is, don't ever do this.